everyone, welcome to Science from My Kitchen. There are now so many plants that I can't even bring them all over to the kitchen table. I'm going to have to go to them. Let's see what's happening. This I have labeled potato, and I'm glad I do have it labeled potato because I would not have known what it is. I can see now that I look at it. Do you see the roots under there? Do you see them through the plastic cup? This was our potato that we cut off the node or the eye of the potato and buried it. I don't see anything popping up yet. I just see the roots underneath. I checked back and it was 2 weeks ago today we planted the potato. So I wrote in today's box, view potato roots. We were able to view potato roots. This was our cup with the apple seeds. I see absolutely nothing. I know there's some stuff here on the top, but it really isn't anything apple seed like. Oh wait, what is this in here? Maybe there are apple seeds coming. That's under the soil. Do you see those little things? They may be ready to shoot up. I don't know. Right now, from the top of the soil, we don't see anything for the apple seeds. But that is interesting. Back here, we have some serious change in our celery. Look at this. If you recall, last time there was only one little thing of growth popping out. It was teeny tiny. Look at the difference today. Look at all that growth. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stems coming out from our celery. We had one little root. There's that other little growth that we saw last week. It looks like it might be growing a little bit more. If you look, little tiny roots growing out here. 1, 2. There's another little root growing out. We'll put the celery back in the cup and allow that to continue to grow. Let's mark down. The celery has 7 stems and more roots. Now that I'm thinking back, I don't think the celery had roots last week because I just wrote 2 growths. Those were those 2 little things. They weren't roots. The roots came in since last week. So I'll cross out more because we didn't have roots last week. Roots. Now, this is the first week we've seen roots in our celery. Let's see what else we see. Here is our lettuce. Let's take out our lettuce. This is looking pretty rotten. Let's see what we see. Oh, there are some roots in our lettuce. I see some roots. It's starting to root. This is how we grew. We're growing a new plant from an old one. This has some roots now. Let's mark it down. We wrote down that the lettuce also has roots. Let's see what else we have. Here is our grass from last week. Last week, the tallest grass on the uncut side was 6 inches, and the tallest grass on the cut side was 1 inch. Let me measure. It was very hard to video and measure at the same time, so I'll just explain. The tallest grass was about 7 inches, and the tallest grass from the cut side was about 2 inches. So we go over to our calendar, and we see last week it was 6 inches and 1 inch. Now it's 7 inches and 2 inches. It grew 1 inch in 1 week. Let's see about the week before. It grew 1 inch and 1/4 of an inch. So it did not, it started growing 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. So what we can see when we cut the lawn, it grew 1/4 of an inch here. This grew 1 inch. 1/4 of an inch here, and the tall one grew 1 inch. Now they both grew 1 inch. So maybe as the grass gets longer, it grows faster. I don't know. That's what it seemed like. We'll keep experimenting. Where I'm keeping our Poe cuttings, this is in my living room. Let me take a quick look. Let me pull this up here. This is our original Poe. We can say hello. Hello, Poe. Let me look and pull these up and see if we see any roots on Poe. There's one. There's a little bit. You can see that one right there. You can see one on that one. I don't really see any others yet. We'll let them keep growing. We'll see if we can grow a new Poe from our old Poe. We'll keep an eye on it and see. Maybe it takes a while. It takes a while. Let's move over to some of our other things. This is our original Johnny Appleseed. He still isn't looking too good. I'm not sure. He's still not, it's green, but all those leaves fell off. I'm still watering him. I'm still hopeful. Moving over, here is our potato that I planted. Look at the size of this. Look at that. Look how tall these stems are growing. The radish, I'm bending down because this, if you can see this stem, it just keeps going. It's starting to look like Jack and the Beanstalk. The stem is getting longer and longer. Look at that. Next, we'll take a look at our terrarium. Take the top off, and here is our map. Now, our terrarium is actually flipped around just so it gets better sun. If you can see, there are a couple of blades of grass. I don't know if you can see them. Do you see right there? Those blades of grass? There are a few blades of grass. That grass seed is growing. I don't know if you can see me playing with those blades of grass. It's few and far between. They're starting though. These blades of grass are starting on the grassy side of our map. I should probably do it this way so that this is the way we did our map. We can see Woolly is over here. Woolly has not changed. I'm beginning to lose hope that Woolly will emerge. Here are our tomato plants. I've been spraying them every night. They seem to have not really grown so much, but you can see, there's a lot of grass seed growth right in here. Much more by the tomato plants. In fact, all the growth, major growth has been by the tomato plants. That's interesting. I don't know if there's any reason for that. Maybe I'm just actively spraying more by the tomato plants because I really want to keep them watered. I don't know. I'll have to spray evenly this week everywhere and see if more of the grass seed grows around. Right now I see that most of the grass seed is growing around the tomato plants. That's where we are with our terrarium. We are going to start a new piece of this science project. You can see that I added radish and the old potato has more growth, and our terrarium, the grass beginning to grow. So we kept track of what we did today. Let's see what else we're going to do today. We're going to go on a little hunt for some animals for our terrarium. Joey, I don't know if you recognize the flowers, but I planted them right by my frog. I'm going to lift the frog and see if we see any roly-poly animals under here. Now look, I'm going to... Next possible stop, the rocks by my driveway. Let me look. Oh, roly-polies. This may be a tougher job than I thought. This one has a lot of centipedes. I do not want centipedes in my terrarium. Look at all these centipedes. And what's that guy? That's an ant. I don't want ants in my terrarium either. No centipedes, no ants. See these centipedes? A lot of centipedes. No roly-polies. All right, put the rock back.